everybody, my name is Jamie. This is Dreaming in Jungle. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if this isn't your first time. Thanks for joining me. Today I am going to show you how I turned a teeny little grocery store Christmas cactus into this. So because I'm not a bodybuilder, I'm not going to hold that giant plant the whole time, but I want to talk to you today about how I turned a plant a little bit smaller than this into a plant as big as the one you just saw. So I love Christmas and Thanksgiving cacti. I buy one almost every season at my local grocery store or at a big box store. They're pretty prolific, so you can find one pretty much wherever you live, I'm assuming. I live in New Hampshire and we don't even get all the cool new plants. So I'm thinking that wherever you live, you probably have access to Christmas or Thanksgiving cacti around the holidays. Usually we start seeing them as early as October, early November. So I purchased that giant guy about 10 to 12 years ago as a little plant about this size, maybe a little bit smaller. And I didn't check to see how healthy the leaves were. I just really liked the color of the flowers. So this plant has white flowers, which I don't always see in Christmas or Thanksgiving cacti. I'm saying both because sometimes I think it's hard to tell which type they are. So this one I believe is a Thanksgiving cactus, but I'm not 100% sure. However, I think their care is about the same. So anyway, I purchased that from the grocery store 10 or 12 years ago, and then I stuck it in a very bright sunny window for the last 10 or 12 years. So my Thanksgiving cactus gets bright sunlight from about 1 o'clock in the afternoon to, well, depending on the time of year, until either 4 or 4:30 when the sun goes down in the winter, or 8 o'clock when the sun goes down in the summer. So because it gets full light all day, it also gets dried out pretty quickly. So normally I might not water a Thanksgiving or Christmas cactus once a week, but I do because it dries out that quickly. If I feel that the soil is dry, in fact the soil on this guy is pretty dry, then I will go ahead and water it. But normally it's a cactus, so you don't want it to be super moist. You want it to be nice and dry before you water it. So this guy is actually a cutting off my big gigantic plant. It's not a cutting really, it's these fell off. So I repotted that plant, the big one, about 2 months ago, and when I did, a bunch of the branches, leaves, a bunch of these pieces fell off. So what I did was I took these little segments and then I pushed them into a mixture of cactus and regular potting soil up to about the first section, so one section deep. And this has been growing in this pot for about a month now, and it's doing great. I mean, you can see it has these little babies and it's just thriving. So care for the Thanksgiving cactus to make it this big. I don't even know how big it is. I haven't weighed it, but it's very heavy. Care for this guy is really, really simple. Put it in a bright window, water it when the soil gets dry, and then just kind of let it be. I don't fertilize it. I never fertilize my plants. I know some people are not okay with that, but that's just how I do it. I'm not a big fertilizer. So there is no fertilization in this plant whatsoever. However, lots of sunlight, water when it needs it. I have had it up until now in a ceramic pot, but when I went to repot it, I couldn't find a ceramic pot big enough. So now it's in plastic and it seems to be doing just as well. Other than that, I don't have a lot of care tips for these. These guys really do super well on their own. I actually have some that are in shadier spots or not in full sun, and they're okay. They're doing fine. They're just not thriving the way this gigantic one is. The soil I use for this guy is a mixture of half cactus potting soil and half regular potting soil with just a little bit of perlite mixed in, maybe a couple of handfuls, and it seems to love that mixture. If you have any questions about taking care of a Christmas or Thanksgiving cactus, please feel free to leave a comment below, and I love to share information on taking care of plants. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.